Right, thanks, Anthony. Welcoming to your headquarters.
Thank you, Mark, for making the time to come over. Yeah. And happy Chinese New Year to you.
Chinese New Year, yeah. Year of the horse.
I know.
Okay.
Thanks.
And it's an amazing journey for this lock, right? 8
I
years
know.
plus, or 7 to 8 years, including at the Singapore Festival where it secured so much
Exactly.
things. And also just my residential use. And I was telling Anthony, I was trying to remember how I got it. And I was like, well, I wanted something with long battery life. I didn't want to fiddle with 6 months changing batteries. But yeah, I still wanted a way to get back to the house in case I forgot the key or maybe a guest or someone, right? And I didn't want something as insecure like a 4-digit combo that I felt mechanical lock. So this thing had all that 8 digits and also had the Bluetooth integration with the phone. So and then you can even see the logs, right? Because the phone is to the network when someone was unlocking, accessing your place. So
Pretty amazing. Like 8 years ago, how do you even find out about us? Do you remember?
oh, I guess I just searched. First, you have all the smart locks, yes. But then I think it was more like, well, it's not a padlock. So this is actually very unique.
That's great.
When I found it because it's not into the door. It's actually a key box type lock that replaces that traditional mechanical lockbox. Yeah, and people actually thought it looked really sleek because they like the touchscreen. Not touchscreen, but more like the capacitive touch with the backlit buttons.
Kind of cool because it's like you said just now, you were actually looking at smart locks, and then but eventually you gravitated to like a smart lockbox. Yeah, back in 2018, was there
battery life?
Battery life was one of the main reasons, right? So
actually, also very discreet because if you don't want everyone to know that you have a smart lock, because they can drive past and you know, like you just have a regular lock. Yes, you're still going to use the key most of the time, but the point was it gave you the backup plan for the backup key as well as the neighbor or like trusted person access plan.
So what were you using for during the use on your residential house? What were like the main use cases?
I think the other good use case was you could even store more than one key.
That's right, yeah.
Right? I mean, there's enough space, you could maybe store like a key for another location, and another location like a locker, or a storage unit.
Amazing,
And then we finally had very interesting use. So we couldn't get a padlock in time for our storage unit for Singapore Festival.
Right, yes.
And so I just gave this, and I wasn't sure even how they would hook up. And the team was so clever, they kind of figured like, well, if you just unlock it and take out the shackle and put it, it's kind of like a very sturdy padlock.
It's a padlock,
right? Even though it's just meant to be a shackle to hold on to a handle or something.
It's amazing. I saw the whole run of the Singapore Connect, the Singapore Festival. It was very amazing. I saw like 3,000 over people turn up. And this is incredible. And I mean, I saw the pictures as well that this was securing like a container that you were having all your logistics right for Singapore Festival, right? Are you going to run it again next year?
Well, there's this team called Compound Collective that we are going to help get off the ground. And they are formed out of the people that I had helped recruit. It was my vision. I'm glad I took it on and got a whole team of people from across the US to run. And these people now want to take it on a probably annual basis. So hope to see the next one later this year.
Amazing, very inspiring. Hope to be there as well. Hey Mark, so since you're here, would you like to sign?
Oh, that would be a delight for the honor.
There we go.
What a journey from 7 years ago. So where should I do it? Anywhere?
Anywhere.
So you could say unlock possibilities.
Oh, that's a nice message.
Okay.
Amazing. We put the year 2026. Wow. Thank you so much, Mark, for being here with us today and also signing it. It's a bit hard to see, but we definitely can see it, against the backdrop. We'll probably do a white one around it.
Okay.
Thanks so much. Thanks.
Cool. Thanks for inviting me and sharing your stories of all these years of bringing up your vision as well. I mean, just tell me a little bit, how did you come up with the idea of Igloo?
This was probably like 10, 12 years ago. Just graduated from Stanford, came back to Singapore, and because when I was studying, I always enjoyed using Airbnb as a mode to travel and visit places. So when I came back to Singapore, I thought it'd be nice to just host on Airbnb. This was when Airbnb was still kind of grey, it wasn't illegal at the moment. So we bought a house, we rented a house, we sublet it out on Airbnb, and we realized that one of the biggest problems is really passing keys to guests. At the time all of us had food trucks. But we realized that this was actually a very lucrative business. right? You can make a lot of money while renting things out, renting houses out on Airbnb. And then so we scaled up the portfolio from 1 unit to 5 to 10. And what happened was that when Airbnb, eventually became illegal, we had to shut down the whole business. But during the process, we actually started to tinker around with smart access devices like smart locks, right? And then we built our own script to connect to our Airbnb account, so that when someone checks in, we are able to automate like a check-in process to issue like time-bound duration code for like the guests to check in. And so this really helped us automate our own check-in process. And since we can't run Airbnb anymore in Singapore, we thought, why don't we just productize this solution and then we sell it to Airbnb hosts around the world. So that was kind of the thought behind Igloo, and we launched our very first lockbox in 2016, exactly pretty much 10 years ago. And that was very focused on just serving the Airbnb community, right? In and around Southeast Asia. But very soon we started to sell to the US as well, because there are a lot of Airbnb hosts in the US. And a couple of months after we started, end of 2016, we officially got a global partnership with Airbnb, and that was the very first lockbox. This is lockbox 2. Lockbox 1 was signed by the founders of Airbnb, and we have it just here in the museum, here in our headquarters here as well. So that was how everything kicked off. Yeah, and then one thing led to another. And I'm just very grateful for the 10-year journey and meeting awesome people along the way, like yourself. Yeah.
So what do you see for the next 10 years?
The first 10 years, we've been very focused on building access control solutions. From smart locks to smart lock boxes, to padlocks and different kind of locking devices. But really everything ties in together with, and really in the first 10 years, we have, really secured over 700,000, properties around the world. And last year we helped facilitate more than 1 billion unlocks, right, in a year. And that's growing very quickly. Because obviously every device you go out there, more people use it, and so on and so forth. The next 10 years, the way we think about it is that we are going to prioritize this entire solution into a platform in what we call IglooOS. So and the focus for us is, we realize that a lot of our use cases are in areas where people are renting out devices, renting out assets, whether they are renting out homes or cars or tennis courts or pickleball courts or the general housing rental market. And that's where we design devices, our enterprise platform, together with integrated solution partners, to provide a full stack kind of operating system for the rental economy. Right, so I think that's where we are really excited about.
Yeah.
From common areas to unit doors, but today we have about 500 over integration partners that help to serve this market. So we are continuously scaling that up.
One thing that happens in my neighborhood that I see a lot is people wanting to rent out tools.
Yes, exactly.
Or
Yes.
e-scooters.
Yes.
Or, right, on a very temporal basis, obviously, right?
Yeah,
so just
that's
to
right.
let you, as a neighbor, borrow something,
Yeah.
and just having a system to track it.
Yes.
Maybe there's
Correct.
there's a tag or
Yes.
a sticker people can, so that you can know, oh, my inventory of like tools and all that, my
Right.
neighbors, and how long, and then
Right.
I can get them back. So
Yeah.
user-friendly system for that would really
Yeah.
enable, actually, from a global perspective, all the sustainability, right?
I think so, yeah. There's a general trend towards that. I think like ownership of items have kind of been decreasing, whereas the sharing economy is really picking up. And we found that this trend really picked up significantly during COVID, especially because people are restricted from going around and meet each other, right?
Right.
And so for a lot of our clients that really picked up our solution during COVID, they were saying this huge kayak rental company that's based in Scandinavia, and the way they did it was they franchised out their kayak rental solution with Igloo as the main access control platform.
Yeah.
And so they grew from 300 kayaks that they were renting out all the way to now they have more than 10,000 kayaks across 20 different locations.
Yeah.
Right. And I think we also partner with Turo for car rental, and some of our largest clients in Europe are trailer rental companies. Right. So you just go up there, unlock it, and then you can pull your trailer along wherever you want. And we do think that this market is growing very quickly, as like you said, sustainability and all that. And we're very very bullish about this market. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we're not going to forget all our consumers and supporters who have helped us. I mean, we have a lot of new products that have launched recently. I mean, we are moving towards a lot more hands-free approaches. Of course, like you said, battery life is one of the challenges, but these are optional modules that people can adopt. The most recent product that we launched is the Wink, It's a fake verification device.
Clearly,
Yeah, it's a
intriguing.
little module that you can add on to any Igloo lock that you already have. Register your biometrics, so it like basically creates a whole hands-free approach to unlock your lock. Yeah, and you can share your can share.
It's also very sustainable to buy another
Yes.
lock, right?
Yeah,
Just
keep your
enhance your
Exactly,
existing setups.
That's right. Yeah, yeah. So, yeah, I'm excited.
Finally, like you're based out of Singapore, right? Any like like thoughts about like what has been so beneficial of
Right, yeah.
operating out of Singapore?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, we started in Singapore about nearly 10 years ago. There have been a lot of support for a Singapore homegrown company to internationalize, right? And I say this not because I'm Singaporean and biased, but really along the way, different agencies from the government, right, like say Enterprise Singapore, EDB, and all have been pretty instrumental in our internationalization work. For example, when we first set up our first office over in Shenzhen, which is our Center of Engineering Excellence, we have a lot of help from the Singapore government in choosing the location, grants to help us get the first team going. And today we're a very diversified supply chain across China and ex-China as well, across Southeast Asia, to manufacture the products that we do. And also when we first set up our office over in Austin, Texas. Yeah, so our North American headquarters is in Texas. And
We kept trying to arrange a meeting in Austin as well, right?
Yeah. So same thing. Enterprise Singapore was very kind to introduce to the City Council of Austin, and so this was during the height of COVID, right? During end of 2021, and when we landed there, it was a one-way ticket because there was no vaccinated traveling. This was just before that, and I think the City Council, they turned up with a truckload of tacos, warm welcome.
The city was so welcoming.
Super welcome.
Thanks to
Yes.
the relationship Singapore had
Exactly,
with the
yes.
US and also the
100%, yeah.
government and all.
That's right. Yeah. So that was nice. So we set up over there, and they helped us settle in. We got our first warehouse.
Texans are very welcoming. Austins are very welcoming.
They are. Yeah. I love the place. Yeah. So now I technically shuttle to and fro. Half a year in the US, half a year in Asia. So but we have a great team, over in the US that is driving this team forward, together with the team. Yeah.
Wow.
So,
Okay, on a fun closing note, just fun quick. What's your tip now that you jet back and forth so much to deal with jet lag?
well, there's no real tip. I think I consume a lot of melatonin.
Okay.
Because I travel probably every couple of weeks, right? So 2-3 weeks I'm here or I'm there. I just have basically a bottle of melatonin everywhere I go. I just pop it. So
Well, actually, if I give a product idea, I think there's always people not just having lock boxes for big things, but even just for their like pills and
yes.
maybe your passport or your
Of course.
these that you just want as a travel to keep, but you
Yes.
don't necessarily want to just put them in a Ziploc bag.
Right.
You obviously want it to be watertight,
Yeah.
kind of, but
Exactly.
maybe just a container that is sized so that you can keep your on-the-go valuables secured and
Great, yeah.
and part of your IglooOS
Yes.
integration as well.
Great idea.
Who knows?
Actually, honestly, the more valuable the item is secured, the more valuable this is, Yeah, I mean, we do have.
You can do reminders like
Yes,
you need to take
exactly.
your pills or something to create.
Well, it's a good play in assisted living as
Yeah.
well as in-home care, right? We do have companies that purchase this for like keys for emergency services. If elderly falls down, you get a key to go in. But next is you can change this into like a little safe. You send a reminder, have you eaten this
I'll
pill?
just tell you that the best feature for
Yeah.
this actually was when you introduced the ability to send a one-time instant key code
Yeah.
and not have to review one of your saved permanent
Right.
key
Yes.
codes in case your recipient doesn't have a phone or it doesn't work for whatever reason, the app to do a Bluetooth-based unlock.
That's
At
right.
least I had that one-time code. I could give it to them, they get it in, and I don't worry as much
That's true.
that I'm giving away and I have to change my preferred, memorized, like
Yeah.
back,
Yeah. The one-time code is
the best thing.
very, very.
And I'm impressed that you could implement it all the way back to the original earlier lock, because I only
Right.
discovered this on my later keyboards.
You did?
Like,
Nice.
then, so hey, actually, but
Right.
So I was very glad you supported something
Yeah.
that's over 7 years old.
Uh,
That new feature.
We try to be as backward compatible as we can. You know?
So
Definitely,
gratitude,
yes.
thank you.
Thank you so much,
Anthony.
Dr.
I'm
Case.
so
Yeah.
delighted we could
Mhm.
sync and
Yeah.
unlock new possibilities together.
Thank you for coming to visit us, and I'll see you in the Bay Area soon again.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Thank you, Mark.
Cool. All right.
Thank you.
Thanks.